So have you ever noticed that the loudest haters do the least or produce the least in life? We're going to talk about that. I really enjoy social media, but it can be described kind of like the internet, a very resourceful tool, but it also has a bad side to it. And there's a lot of things on there that, on the internet that can be addicting, that can take you away from your family, all these types of things. But when people drop bombs on you on social media and run, it's kind of like a terrorist attack. That's what it is. Because they're not brave enough. You don't know who they are. Sometimes they change their name, or they get on these forums that are kind of private in these little cities and towns, and they just light you up and bash you. They don't know you. They don't know who you are. It's all secondhand. They've been fed something. So they get on there and they just light you up. They light you up. They light your company up, and they try their best to hurt you. And only a few people, I say few, out of the whole social media, only a few people follow that kind of stuff and join in. Oh, yeah, that company's terrible, all these types of things. But they're like terrorists because they drop a bomb and they run. They're not brave enough to confront you. They're not brave enough to let you know who they are. They're little. And they're little people. I call it digital warfare, but it's only one-sided. So this episode is for every small business owner out there that's been attacked, they're grinding it away, they're pushing forward, they're building something from the ground up, they're producing jobs, they're risking their capital to produce jobs, produce work in America, but they're being watched like under a microscope. Every little move you make. They're judged and they're hated. But here's who they're hated by, folks. So if you're hated, it's not a bad thing. Honestly, here's why. They're hated by low-life mentality thinkers, and they're hated by very, very, very weak competition because they're really not your competition. Behind every degrading comment is some little person struggling with their shortcomings, using cruelty as a way to avoid confronting their own personal inner struggles. So let me encourage you here. Their words don't matter. And I know we grew up hearing sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. They can hurt you if you allow them to. You have to allow them to hurt you before they can hurt you. So I want to encourage you. Their words don't matter. And your mission can't stop. And you can't allow them to stop your mission. You have a mission. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Hey, this is Greg McAfee, and welcome to the Greg McAfee Show. Now let's get started. Hey, welcome back to the Greg McAfee Show, where we discuss steps to successful entrepreneurship, how to take your business to new heights, and ultimately follow your dreams. Today, we're going to be talking about all bark, no bite. Okay? Haters. Haters. They're out there. All bark, no bite. Here's why. Haters are always way, 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 way behind you. You'll never have someone hate you who's ahead of you. You've never been hated by anyone doing better than you. Never. Because hate comes from those way, way, way behind you. From the people who quit. From the people with personal problems. From the people who settled for less. Who never had the courage to go after something real. But they have false courage to attack you and attack me. They're extremely jealous and envious people. They probably were all their entire little life, okay? An example, someone bashed me the other day, which got me going on this. Okay, so they only motivate me, encourage me, fire me up. You know what I mean? Fire me up to do better, not hurt me. They fire me up to do better. So this guy, probably a false fake name, because they basically, they don't have the gonads to put their real name on there. They would never confront me. They would never, ever talk to me or get to know me or anything like that. So they bashed me. So they started bashing my company. So they described me as this, and this is the funny part. This guy doing $1 million. They had me right there because I had to laugh. This proves how little they know about me. Here's why. 1996, I'd been in business 6 years, working out of a 24 by 24 garage behind my 800 square foot first house ranch. We did $800,000 that year with 5 people out of that garage. In today's numbers, with 2.5% inflation, that comes to $1.6 million. So we were really doing today $1.6 million with 5 people out of a 24 by 24 garage. 35 years later, I think we've grown a little bit. He called me a guy doing $1 million. That hurt me more than anything. I'm just kidding. Oh my goodness. That was funny. Okay, so these people, they don't know you. They hear things, they're fed things from probably family members or previous employees who were disgruntled, and they didn't have the gonads to come to you to make a change or ask for a raise or do anything. They just quit. Okay? The weakest little people don't put in a 2-week notice. They don't put in a 1-day notice. They come at night because they're so brave. They come at night and they park their truck at your building because they don't have what it takes to confront you. So they think, because they're weak little individuals, they think they can hurt you. They don't realize what kind of big favor they did us by doing that. But it still takes a extreme little small thinking individual to do that and not confront their employer by just saying, I'm not happy here. I want to put in my notice. Oh, no. They come at night and they drop their truck off. They think they're so brave, but they're the weakest little individuals I know. It's probably happened 35 years. It's probably happened less than 10, more than 5 times. And every one of those guys are weak, little, small thinking, low life mentality individuals. Every time. You say, Greg, why did you keep them? At the time, either we had to, thought we had to, okay? Who knows? 100% our fault for keeping them as long as they were here. That's for sure. All right. Number 2, low-minded competitors are just noise. And you guys know I hate to call them competitors because we really don't compete with them. They're not threats in any way. All they know how to do is bash you to a potential customer. Because I say potential because most of the time when they're bashing you to a customer, potential customer, they don't win. We still close the sale. How do they bash us? They tell the customer we're higher price. That's all they got on us. That's all. That's it. They never think about why we're highest price. They never think about, we actually do load calculation. We actually measure the house. We actually pull a permit. We actually put a new pad down. We actually run a new line set. We actually put a new disconnect on the wall. We actually do it right. Okay? They don't think about that. All they know how to do is bash us to a customer. That's all. The customer knows. The customer doesn't want to hear bashing. It turns them off. That's why when we go in, we say something like, you probably expected us to be higher, right? Yes. And we close the sale. That's why we're number 1 in our market since 2016. Okay? All right. So real competitors don't hate. They innovate. The ones slandering your name, They know they can't beat you, so they attempt to distract you. Don't play their game. Do what Jesus said. Jesus said, shake the dust off your feet and move on. You're bigger than this. Don't let it affect you. Grow thick skin. Number 3, keep building while they keep barking. I love this. All bark, no bite. You're not in business to make friends. You're in business to make an impact. And you're in business to make a profit, by the way. It's not a bad word. And guess what? Impact always draws fire. The more light you shine, the more shadows you cast. I love that. All right, number 4, don't react. Rise above it. Your best way to win is close that sale. Your best way to win is to succeed. Elevate so high they can't fathom reaching you. So all they can do is put you down. Don't let them get you off your game. You're on track. And number 5, people ahead of you want you to succeed. I kind of said that earlier. Those ahead of you understand that someone else's success does not diminish theirs. It's a big pond out there. It's a big lake. Some of you have a big ocean. The water's warm. Come on in. I meet with new businesses. I meet with new business owners for free. I'll give them an hour of what I would have done differently my first year or two. I want to help them succeed. They're not a threat to me. I hope they become a threat to me. I hope they do so well that they become a threat to me one day. But right now, they're not a threat to me. I help. I don't hurt. Those ahead of you understand that someone else's success does not diminish theirs. They are confident. They're grounded. They're secure. They know what they want to do when they grow up. They encourage, uplift, rather than tear down. They're big people. They're not little people. They enjoy sharing what got them there. Gosh, that's good. Know this. Leaders, achievers, and creators invest in others. Number 6, criticism usually comes from insecurity or jealousy. Those who condemn and criticize are typically frustrated by their own lack of progress. Remember, they're low-life thinkers. They don't get it. They probably sit around most of the day playing games on their phones. They probably don't take care of their families well. They probably don't take care of their marriage well. So why would they ever take care of their career well, or their job well, or themselves well? They're frustrated by their own lack of progress, projecting their insecurities onto others who are achieving and striving more than them. Remember, they're jealous and envious people. They don't like that. How dare you? How dare you succeed? Even though you've worked your butt off to do it, even though you've thought more than them, even though you've read more than them, even though you've hung around people and learned more than them, how dare you succeed? Focus beats foolishness every day of the week. While they gossip, you grow. While they post negative things, you produce positive things. While they hate, you continue to scale. That's the winning formula, folks. That's what it takes to be a winner. Let me tell you a little bit about a few things here about weak people. Social media gave cowards a microphone, and jealousy made them loud. Weak people don't confront. They comment. They don't compete. They criticize. And jealousy is the root. Envy is the fuel. And social media is a weapon for the insecure. Cowards don't build anything. They just drop bombs from the shadows and then they run. Like I said, they're terrorists. If they're truly winning, they wouldn't have time to attack you. See, winners don't have time. Winners are constantly building things and making things happen. They don't have time to put other people down. But they always make time to build people up. You're not being targeted because you're wrong. You're being targeted because you're right, and you're rising above everybody else. Don't forget that, folks. And lastly, people don't throw stones at empty buildings. The hate is proof you're building something that matters. If you're being hated, you're making things happen. Love the hate. Remember, winners offer constructive feedback and mentorship rather than condemnation. They foster environments where growth and prosperity flourish. Hang around winners. And I'll close with this. When somebody hates you, thank them, if you can. They've just confirmed you're moving forward. While they're stuck in the muck of standing still, haters are proof that you're just doing something right. Keep pushing, keep winning, and remember, real ones build, fake ones bark. I want to be a builder, don't you? So before we wrap up, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's important. Please like and subscribe right there. You can also support this podcast by rating and reviewing on iTunes or your preferred listening platform. Keep listening. I'll do my best to keep challenging you. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Greg McAfee Show. No spaces, no underscores. Be sure to tune in next week. We'll make things happen. We'll continue to win, not lose. Thanks for listening. As always, carry on. God bless. Make this day the best day of your life because we're not promised tomorrow. I'll see you later.